Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is CheeseBoy628 here today giving you a Little Cup Pokemon Showdown battle. And I haven't uploaded a Little Cup battle in a while, so I thought, hey, might as well make a new one with a new team. So yeah, I wanted to experiment with Sandrush and LC since it isn't banned. So you'll see the Hippopotas to get the sand up, and then it's focused on Drillbur being my physical sweeper, and then having a special sweeper I have my Life Orb Abra. By the way, my Drillbur has Expert Belt because I don't want to give it Life Orb, and I don't want to give it Lefties or a Violate, but yeah, if you have any suggestions for what to put on it, I'd be glad to take suggestions. It also has Hone Claws instead of Swords Dance because I do not want to lose momentum if I somehow miss a Rock Slide. So moving on, I have my physically defensive Sandshrew, which of course will have Rapid Spin, even though my team really doesn't need it since it's 2/3 ground. But yeah, speaking of being 2/3 ground, that's why I have Ferroseed. It's very key to this team since it is going to be specially defensive to take those water hits nicely. And then I also have a specially defensive Golett, which I have it because I wanted a spin blocker that also works well in the sand, and Golurk works well, so I might as well try Golett. So yeah, that's the team. Now looking at his team, I see that Murkrow, and I don't really know what Murkrow does in LC, but with Prankster, I don't know. I just want to see what it does first, how they work in LC, and then maybe I'll be able to experiment from there. I see the Staryu, which is kind of a threat because number one, it can spin away any of my hazards, and then number two, it is able to be a big threat with its water typing. So I have to watch out for that and bring in Ferroseed to counter it. Then there's Bronzor, which is pretty darn strong, so I'll just have to weaken that slowly. Then there's the Growlithe, and I need to figure out how Growlithe works. Maybe it's Banded, maybe it's Scarf. I have no idea how they work in LC. I'll have to experiment with that. Lileep is going to be a threat because it's going to get that specially defensive Sandstorm boost. So I should get a Toxic on that as soon as possible. And finally Mankey, not a big threat. I have plenty of walls to take it. And yeah, let's see how this battle goes. So I start out with my Hippopotas just to get the sand up, and he brings in his Staryu, and right away I'm threatened of some water type move, so I gotta switch out to Ferroseed. And he does go for the Hydro Pump, and Ferroseed takes it very nicely with the Violate. And now I just go for the Leech Seed, and I'm just going to get a little bit of health back, which will be really nice. So now I know he's probably going to switch out, or well, he can't really touch me, so I'm just going to set up my first layer of spikes. So the Growlithe comes in, and I'm definitely scared, don't know how it's going to work, and he shows the Will-O-Wisp. And so that kind of ruins my Hippopotas, even though it's just a defensive wall anyway. But yeah, I didn't see an item on the Growlithe, so I'm not sure what it's going to do. Anyway, he brings in Bronzor, and I'm not sure what it's going to do, but I know I can't touch it as I have Earthquake, and that's probably not going to do anything since it probably has Levitate. But yeah, I have Ferroseed. I'm going to get the Leech Seed off, drain it a little bit, and then I'm going to get my final layer of spikes finally. And this Murkrow comes in. I'm not sure what it's going to do, so I'm just going to stay in, and he shows the Heat Wave. Well, okay, yeah, it takes out my Ferroseed. Definitely surprising, good on his part. So now I bring in Drillbur. I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide right away, not worry about the Hone Claws, and luckily I do take out that Murkrow. Now Bronzor comes in, and he's probably going to Toxic me, I know that, but I'm going to set up the Hone Claws anyway, because I want to get some decent damage on this thing. And Shadow Claw is the only thing that will do neutral or slash actually hit the Bronzor. So I will slowly try to take out the Bronzor, as he is also draining me with Toxic and Flash Cannon. So the Bronzor finally comes down to 1%, and that doesn't really matter because now my Abra can revenge it with a Shadow Ball, easily take out the Bronzor. So now he brings in Lileep, which is that big threat I was worried about, as at the moment I can't really do anything as I don't have anything for status on Abra, and so he can easily recover stall me, and I don't want him to do any damage to my Abra. So I bring in Hippopotas really as death fodder. I can't do anything. I do get a crit with the Earthquake, but even that doesn't do much. A Violate Lileep is just too strong. So this is where I bring in Sandshrew and use Toxic just so I can slowly drain this Lileep. And since I do have Sand Rush, I will be able to get the Toxic and Knockoff on this Lileep, which will be pretty fortunate as now I can kind of revenge it fairly easier. And Lileap is still at a decent amount of health though. So my Abra's gonna have to go for a couple side shocks to take out this Lileap. That Giga Drain does a good amount, but luckily from Toxic, I am able to take the Lileap out with a second side shock. So now it's 2 to 3, and this Mankey comes in, and I've got to keep Abra around. Mankey's probably scarfed, so I'm going to bring in Golett to try to tank the hit. Now he goes for the Ice Punch, it does a decent chunk, and he gets the freeze. So this is not looking good. He goes for the Ice Punch again, I'm nearly dead, but I thaw out and take him out with the Earthquake. Really fortunate. Now the Staryu comes in, and with all these hazards, his pokes are taking so much damage, and he misses the Hydro Pump, and it's honestly not a huge deal. It just kind of makes the battle a little bit quicker. You'll see why in a little bit. But yeah, he goes in with Growlithe, and he goes for the Flare Blitz, easily takes out my Golett. So my Abra has Energy Ball, so I could have killed the Staryu anyway. Now it depends if the Growlithe is choice scarfed, but he's not, and I'm able to take out the Growlithe with a Psyshock and win with a narrow 1-0 victory. So that was an awesome battle, SirStoneCold. Guys, thanks for watching. It was a really fun battle. And so anyway, there was a possible Mew 3 that was released very recently, and I want to know what you guys thought about it. If you want me to talk about it, I'll be glad to for one of my videos. Just request it and I'll be glad to upload it. And if you just want to know anything about my thoughts for the future of the metagame or just the Pokemon franchise in general, I'll be glad to share my opinion on it in a future video. But yeah, that's all up to you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.